Good morning. You're watching Wake Up Well. I'm Duncan, and today we are looking at Psalm 66. It begins like this. The psalmist says, "Shout for joy to God, all the earth. Sing the glory of his name. Make his praise glorious. Say to God, how awesome are your deeds. So great is your power." Today's psalm, the psalmist is encouraging us to be a people of praise and showing us the power of what happens when we are. You know, praise isn't something that we just kind of dutifully do, but when we've encountered God, we will want to make the praise of our God glorious. And the praise of God is something that is actually attractive. You know, I remember a time when Anna and myself were leading a team out in Thailand in Phuket in a red light area where people were coming and were attracted by the shiny lights and by the ladies wearing very little. They were attracted to kind of earthly things. And in the midst of that, on the beach, right in front of this red light area, our group decided just to worship God extravagantly, to make the praise of God glorious. And as we did that, as we told God in word and in song how marvelous his deeds are. As we did that, the people who had come and were attracted by the lights and the ladies found themselves attracted to this random bunch of foreign people worshipping God, because the praise of God is attractive when we make the praises of God glorious. And as they were drawn in, we then got to they would say, "What is this? What's this peace? What's this joy? What's this? There's something going on with you guys that we can't explain. What is it?" And like the psalmist goes on to say in verse 5, he says, "Come and see what God has done, his awesome deeds for mankind." We got to say that to these people who are attracted by the praises of God. Come and see what God has done, his awesome deeds for mankind. We started out by singing to God, telling him who he is and what he's done. And then we got to tell other people as they were drawn in. Now it's really interesting here. The psalmist doesn't say, "Come and hear what God's done." He says, "Come and see." Because when our lives are transformed by the marvelous deeds of God, our lives become a visible manifestation of who God is, that our lives can be a display, that we get to invite people in. Guys, if God has transformed your life, don't hide your life away from other people. Let your life be on display, not out of pride of what you've achieved, but to boast in the goodness and the power of God. And then out of that place of people seeing what God has done in your life, carry on in the same way that the psalmist does in verse 8. "Praise our God, all peoples, let the sound of his praise be heard." We praise God, we tell him who he is and what he's done, his marvelous deeds. We then draw other people in through that and say, let our lives be a sign of the goodness of God. Look at what he's done in my life. And when they see that and they acknowledge that, we then get to call others in and say, "Come on, all people, join in this glorious praise of God." You get to be a part of it as well, and you get to have God transforming your life. As we worship God on that beach that day, people came in, they were drawn in, they saw as we began to talk to them and share with them the reality of who God is in our lives, of him shining out of us, out of the grace of God. And we then found people drawing in, singing praises to God who didn't even know who he was, but got caught up in it that day. Let's be a people of praise. It's a powerful thing. Tell God the awesome things that he's done. Draw other people in and let them see your life, and then invite them in to become part of who God is and what he's doing, to become the people of praise for themselves. Guys, let's be a people of praise. It's powerful. I bless you today to be one who praises God with extravagance and makes his praise glorious.